Hey, Tom, it's good to see you. As you know, this Friday, November 11th, is Veterans Day, a day we honor our military veterans. And of course, these are people who have served in the United States Armed Forces. It is such a special day for this country, but it also holds a lot of meaning for you. Tell me why Veterans Day is so important to you.
Well, it's important to me because the people, the men and women who have served, have sacrificed everything, and for some, including their lives and their families.
Mhm.
So it has a lot of meaning to me because of the self-sacrifice that they've made. You and I wouldn't be having this conversation, quite frankly, if it wasn't for the folks who have served in all our branches of the military.
Right.
So, a big shout out, a big thanks to all of them and their families who also sacrifice uh, when they're either away or they're lost.
That is so true. I think that's very kind of you to recognize the families because you're right. It certainly is
It's
a
huge.
sacrifice on a lot of people's parts. Are there any vets you would like to single out and recognize specifically?
Well, sure. Well, my dad is one. I have uncles. I have many friends. Your dad is a veteran,
Hmm.
also a big shout out there. And of course, currently serving is my nephew, James, who's currently serving in the U.S. Army. He's This is what he's wanted to do since he's 6 years old. So I'm super proud of his service and everything that he's done. He was ROTC in high school,
Nice.
ROTC through college, and now he's serving. He's got a super bright future in the armed services and in the U.S. Army, and I look forward to all the great things that he's going to do as well.
Absolutely. I love this picture. This I want to
Trust
meet him, Tom. He looks,
me,
I
he's a,
mean,
he's a good kid.
yeah,
He's just a good kid.
yeah. I think he's going to appreciate hearing your shout out too. So you recently visited a memorial to veterans and you sent me these pictures, which are beautiful. Tell me about what we're looking at here.
So this is a peak in Harriman Park that I go hiking with my friends in, called the Papawapen Torn, and this peak overlooks West Point, actually, some of the property of West Point. And this is a memorial that was started right after 9/11, where when a West Point graduate is, or West Point student is killed in action, right?
Mm,
Their classmates or someone from a class at West Point will bring up a rock in memory of that person who was killed in action, and you can see that.
wow.
Originally, it was just a small mound of rocks from 9/11, but as time's gone on over the last 20 something years since 9/11, we have seen this expand. It's just really a nice spot to go to. It's, as you can see in the background, it's a beautiful view, but it's a nice place just to go and sit for a few minutes and remember all the sacrifices that these kids and their kids, most of them, have made for our freedom and liberty.
Right. You know what is significant to me about this, Tom? I think you hear this a lot from veterans too, is sometimes they feel forgotten or that a lot of us don't recognize their service and their sacrifice. This is a visual reminder of how many people have, as you said, laid down their lives for our country. And it's so important. I'm struck by that in regards to this.
There's hundreds, if not over 1,000
Right.
rocks and memorial there.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, in the last 20 something years, and these are just kids that have gone through West Point. So we're not even talking about Air Force or Navy or Marine or just people who all have volunteered to be in that service. So we're talking about a lot of people and a lot of families who have sacrificed everything,
Mm-hmm.
literally everything,
Mm-hmm.
for our benefits, so
Mm-hmm.
that we can do this podcast, so that we can say the things that we say, for to be able to go to a voting booth and elect whomever we want as our representatives.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Well, I'm really glad you took the time to share your story with us and to share those photos. And yes, thank you very much, of course, to your family and their service and
And
to
yours,
all of the veterans.
absolutely. I couldn't thank you enough. So thank you, and thank you.
All right, Tom, thank you as well.